This is a seed. It's tiny. It weighs almost nothing. But if you plant this seed, one day it'll be a huge tree. Year after year, it'll get bigger and bigger. You won't have to do much to help it grow once it gets big enough. It'll just keep getting larger, day after day, night after night. Why am I talking about this small seed? Well, I'll get to that in a few minutes. But first, I want to ask you a few questions. Do you want to make some extra money? How would your life be different if you had an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month? Could you spare an hour a day to make that happen? If so, my name is Chris, and I'd like to show you exactly what you can do to make that dream into a reality. I'm a regular guy, just like you, and I've made it happen for myself. Just take a look at the money I've been able to make during my spare time. Now, I know that you may be suspicious because so many companies claim to be able to give you the secrets to making big money online, and most of them are scam artists. You can't make a fortune at the touch of a button, but there are ways to make thousands and thousands of dollars a month legitimately. I know because I spent the time doing the hard work to learn exactly how to really make a fortune using the internet. I even learned how to make it be fun to make serious money online. I learned how to do it because I hated my job. It was unfulfilling, back-breaking work. I couldn't stand my boss, and there was no room for advancement. I felt like I was living a life sentence, even though I hadn't committed any crime. Before I learned how to make money online, my life was going nowhere. Learning how to make money set me free and got me out of that. And here's the thing, anyone can do what I did. Think about it. If a down-on-his-luck warehouse worker from Brooklyn can get out of his nowhere job and earn a decent income online, anyone can. What I'm offering you is a secret formula where you can make money with almost no competition while attracting a lot of customers who are passionate about what you're selling. They will buy from you again and again as your business grows. I've used this formula in different niches and had the same experience each and every time. I make more money and that hot, humid, and horrible warehouse becomes more a part of my past that I'll never have to go back to. I can demystify this easy process for you so you can have multiple sites running on autopilot making money for you while you sleep. I don't care if you've never done anything with your computer other than check email. You can do this and start living a better life. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about a get-rich-quick scheme. Those never work, and I'm not claiming to be some marketing guru. Those guys are always fakes and charlatans. And I'm not saying you can make money by doing nothing at all. You can't. You have to put some effort into it. What I am saying is that if you are just willing to work a few extra hours a week, you could make several $1,000s a month. If you really put your mind to it, you could make $100,000 to $500,000 a year, doing something you love while working at home. I know that it's true because I've been doing it myself. So, no, you won't become wealthy beyond your wildest dreams in the next week or two, but you will be able to make a lot of money in the long run. You can live the life you've always dreamed of and be able to save for the future. Does that sound like it could benefit you? Imagine how you would feel with tons of money sitting in the bank, knowing you made it honestly. Now, I know a lot of people think that in order to make a lot of money online, you either have to have a huge, great idea that nobody has thought of before, or else you have to be a con man, ripping people off with spam or false promises. But that's not the way it really works. All you need to do to make money online is have some type of hobby you are passionate about. It doesn't matter if the hobby is particularly popular. In fact, the more obscure the thing you're passionate about, the better. All you need to do is be upfront about what you love and spend an hour or two a day pursuing it, and the money will come in. You can create a passive income where money comes to you while you sleep. Sometimes it will be small amounts of money, but even small deposits add up. At other times, you'll make up to $3,000 in a weekend, just like I did. Over time, you'll be able to make even more money. In fact, how wealthy you want to become is really up to you. The key is that you have to do so with honesty and integrity. That's why you don't want to buy any advice from guys who promise overnight riches. They're all trying to rip you off. All they do is get rich by promising other people they can get rich. Then they get you to try to con other people into thinking they can get rich too. It just ends up with everyone trying to rip everyone else off. You don't want to do that. You want to make money honestly. That's what I can show you how to do. It all starts with just the seed of an idea. Like a seed, at first you'll have to put a little bit of extra effort into it to make it start to grow. But just like how that seed will eventually turn into a tree that will keep growing naturally without your help, eventually your business will keep growing with minimal effort on your part. I know this works because I've been doing it myself. You see, I started out with a hobby that I didn't think anybody would be interested in. But today, my hobby helps me bring in thousands of dollars a year. Let me tell you my story. I call it A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I grew up there and had an uncle who was into pigeon racing. Now, pigeon racing may not sound like the most popular or exciting hobby, and when I was little, I didn't really understand why my uncle was so into it. But I liked him, so I spent time with him while he tended to his pigeons. Eventually, he moved upstate and built a pigeon loft in his backyard. One day, he bought a pigeon from a guy in Oklahoma, but the bird escaped, and he thought it was lost. A couple days later, the pigeon dealer in Oklahoma called him and said, "Hey, your pigeon came back here." I was shocked. To think that a pigeon could fly all that way and actually find the place where it used to live made me realize that raising pigeons could be cool. I started to spend my school holidays with my uncle and learned a lot about homing pigeons and racing pigeons. I really got into pigeon racing, and it became my biggest hobby. I'll admit it, I was a bird nerd. Now, obviously, there are not a ton of people in the world who are into pigeons, but there are a few. I hated getting up and going to work every morning. I knew I had to do something. I couldn't let this be my life forever. When I was working in that warehouse trying not to scream at my horrible boss, I'd think about pigeon racing and dream of finding a way for that to be my future. Finally, I hit my breaking point. I decided I had to find some way to make money other than my dead-end job. I had to at least try, or else I'd have no respect for myself. I was tired of living a life that was going nowhere, doing things I didn't want to do for people I hated. So what I did was create a website called The Pigeon Insider and put up all the information I'd learned about pigeon racing. Little by little, my site grew a following. I started incorporating social media into it too. I kept adding more information. Eventually, I had over 12,000 people who had signed up to read the updates to my site on Facebook. Then I began to offer some premium information on the site that people could download for a fee. The money began coming in. Whenever I'd put a new product up on the site, I'd make up to $3,000 in the first weekend. Then, day by day, more money would come in as I'd get more followers, and more people would buy it. Finally, it started bringing in enough income that I was able to fire my boss and walk away from the job I hated. I had found the trick to creating wealth on the internet. That one seed, me starting a website and putting up a little bit of information about something I was interested in, eventually grew into a money tree that puts cash into my bank account each and every day. And today, the Pigeon Insider is considered the #1 authority site for its niche. It's where everyone who is serious about pigeon racing goes, and when they arrive, they are willing to pay big money for my expertise. Of course, I have to nurture the tree a bit. I still spend about an hour a day working on the site and developing new products, but that's a lot easier than breaking my back in a warehouse 10 hours a day. Over time, I started making more websites dedicated to other subjects. And just like with my first website, each one started small, but over time started bringing in more and more money. Once they're up and running, they basically run on autopilot, bringing in cash while I'm in bed. As I've become more successful, it occurred to me that I could be the Johnny Appleseed of the internet. I could help other people learn how to take the things they love and turn them into a business, so they too could find financial security and maybe even walk away from the jobs they hate. After all, if I can make a good income just because I like racing pigeons, then anyone can find something they love and use their expertise to generate money. We all have something we're passionate about. Maybe you're great at Guitar Hero, or you could be really into Beatles or Moths, or maybe your thing is collecting vintage sneakers. It doesn't matter. If you love something, there are other people out there who are also interested in it, and you can turn your passion for your hobby into money. I decided that what I could do is find a way to show people exactly how to do this. So I sat back and thought about my experience with my site. Obviously, when I first started putting it together, I didn't really know what I was doing. I made mistakes. Some ideas didn't do very well. Other ideas brought in a lot of money. Over time, I learned from my mistakes and started doing things right. I figured that if I could document my experiences, I could tell them what they should do and what mistakes to avoid. That way, they can learn from my experience and make their money more quickly than I did. So I wrote down everything I knew about taking a hobby and using it to make money from a niche market. I made them into PDF files that are easy to download. Then I figured that since a lot of people like watching videos more than they like reading, I'd make a few videos that explain how to do it. I've put all that together in a package I call the Niche Cash Machine. You can simply buy the package and instantly download all of the files and videos right to your desktop. By this time tomorrow, you could be planting the seed that will grow into your successful business. You could be taking the first steps towards financial freedom. You'll be able to fire your boss. You'll be able to start saving money for your future. You'll have a more comfortable life. You won't always be worried about money. You won't have to deal with having a boss ever again. You'll be in control of your own life. Imagine what it would be like to have multiple sites up and running, each of them bringing in thousands of dollars a month. Each one would only take you a few hours to set up, yet they'd all bring in money for years to come. That's the kind of opportunity I'm offering you today. The chance to get away from a back-breaking or boring job you hate and to start making money from doing something you love. Just take a look at the amount of money I've been able to make from one site alone. Now, maybe you want instant riches and don't think that an extra $1,000 a month could change your life. Well, I'm telling you that you're wrong on both counts. If you try to make money overnight, you'll fail. You'll end up spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on products that are supposedly guaranteed to make you rich, but will really just empty your bank account. I've done the research, and it's simply not possible to make money overnight. But it is possible to make a fortune in the long term. For many of you, that would mean not having to worry about your rent or mortgage payment. It could mean that all of your groceries are free, and you don't have to worry about your car payment. It could mean never putting things on your credit card again, and simply paying for everything in cash. Plus, the longer you run your business and the more effort you put into it, the more money it will make. I'm not going to lie, it will take some time and effort, but eventually you can make enough money to live a comfortable life and never have to go to work again. If you have 5 sites up and each one is bringing in $10,000 a month, you're talking real money. Now, the question you need to ask yourself is, how much would it be worth to you to finally plant your own seed and start growing a business that will deliver a passive income that could let you one day fire your boss? You could try to do it on your own without my advice, but you'd end up making the same mistakes I did and waste both time and money. Or you could learn the real secrets of how to start making money right now and learn from my mistakes. Think of it this way, you could bring in over $100,000 in your first year alone using the Niche Cash Machine. And if you put in some extra effort, you could bring in even more money than that. So if I were to charge you $5,000 for this valuable information, you'd still make a profit. I'd be offering you a good deal. But I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm still just a guy from Brooklyn, and I want to help regular people like you. So if you order it today, you can have it for only $47. I will say, though, that this is a special price, and I can't guarantee it won't go up in the future. I've learned to constantly reevaluate my pricing structure, so if you don't order today, you might end up paying more. Now, at the start of this video, I warned you about scam artists who will try to rip you off and sell you get-rich-quick schemes that don't work. And there are a lot of those guys out there, so you can't be too careful. I know you don't want to waste your money. So I want you to be confident when you place your order for the Niche Cash Machine. I want you to know that you can use this information to make money out of whatever your own personal hobby is. Therefore, I'm including a triple satisfaction guarantee. Guarantee number 1, download the files and videos today. If you don't think right off the bat that this package can help you make money, let me know and I'll refund your money on the spot. Guarantee number 2, go through the information and try using it. If it doesn't bring in money during the first month, contact me and I'll refund your money. Guarantee number 3. If after 60 days of using my information this package hasn't paid for itself, let me know and I'll give you a full refund. I can make this triple satisfaction guarantee because I know this information has worked for me, and I know it's helped other people finally start to experience financial freedom. I'm more than confident that it will work for you. Now, I do get some questions from people when they first hear about what I've accomplished and what the Niche Cash Machine can do for them. So I want to answer some of the most common questions I get now before I wrap up this video. Will this make me a millionaire overnight? No. There is no way to become a millionaire overnight. Anyone who promises you that is lying to you and trying to rip you off. What this can do is help you start making a decent and comfortable living. You can easily make a six-figure income with this system. Will I really be able to get away from the job I hate? Yes, that's what I did, and if I can do it, so can you. Will my transaction be secure? Yes, your transaction will be processed using 256-bit encryption technology. How secure is that? Well, noted physicist Bruce Schneier has said that attacks against 256-bit keys will be infeasible until computers are built from something other than matter and occupy something other than space. So, yes, your transaction will be secure. Do I need any technical skills? No. If you know how to turn on a computer, you're good to go. I explain everything in plain English that anyone can understand. What if my hobby is a really small niche? That doesn't matter. This system can be used to turn any hobby or passion into a moneymaker. In fact, the smaller the niche, the better in some situations. When will I get the information? You can download all the information right now. It could be on your computer in a matter of minutes. Right now, you really only have three choices. Choice number 1, do nothing. Just keep going to that job you hate day in and day out until you're either laid off or drop dead of boredom. That's your life if you don't try to make more money so you can have financial freedom. Choice number 2, try to figure out how to do this on your own. This could take you months of time, and you'll make mistakes that will cost you a bundle. In other words, you'll end up throwing good money after bad and putting off your chance to be financially secure. Choice number 3, order the Niche Cash Machine for $47 and start building your business tomorrow. This is the only rational choice you can make. Once you place your order, you'll be able to plant the seed that will grow into your money tree. So if you are finally ready to have financial security and build your own business doing something you love, place your order today. You just have to click Add to Checkout to go to the payment screen, and in minutes you'll have all the information at your fingertips. It could be the best investment you ever make. I'll see you on the inside.